So in a few hours, Samsung will launch the Galaxy Z Flip 7, Z Flip 7 FE for us. And here are the details. The Z Flip 7 will come with a 4-inch screen now, and it's gonna be thinner and slightly lighter. It's about 181 gram down from 188. And in terms of thinness, it's gonna be 13.7 mm. When folded and unfolded state, it's gonna be 6.5 mm, which is down from 14.9 mm and 6.9 mm respectively of the last model. So if you look at it that way, then it's a much more compact device now, but now it will also feature a 4-inch fully edge-to-edge cover screen. Kind of looks like the Motorola Razr phone, but it's even more thinner bezels all around, with 3 cutouts, one for the flashlight and 2 others for the main and the ultra wide angle sensor. And this makes it look super duper awesome. It kind of very futuristic right now. So that makes it the most futuristic looking foldable or flip phone from Samsung or any other company, I would say at this point. And that all thanks to the official looking, unofficially published renders, let's call it, at this moment. And it also does come in the same color options as the Galaxy Z Fold 7, the jet black, the blue shadow color, and the coral red color. These 3 colors are very attractive, to be honest. But then there is the Z Flip 7 FE model, which is a fan edition model, but let's call it's the Z Flip 6 relaunched. Because if you look at the current pricing of the Z Flip 6, it's currently selling at close to $699 in most markets. And Z Flip 7 FE will launch at a slightly higher price than that, but it will come down to that price because that's how it always has been with the fan edition phones. So it does have the same exact 3.4-inch cover panel with the same folder shape design and same everything. And believe it or not, it also is the Exynos model, because maybe the Exynos models were not sold properly, so now they are rebranding it and selling it as a Z Flip 7 FE. So there are not going to be any more Snapdragon model of this phone, but rather it will be only Exynos 2400 model, which is actually a fantastic chipset, and cooling wise it was also better than most of the Exynos models, but not as good as the Snapdragon models, let's call it. But I think Samsung has improved that cooling system too. But it's basically the Galaxy Z Flip 6, like identical thing. It's just an Exynos model and named as Z Flip 7 FE. And it does come in only 2 colors, unlike the Z Flip 6, which had quite a lot of colors. This will only be in black and white. And maybe they're gonna be the glossy colors, but that's probably it. As for the Z Flip 7, it will be powered by the 8 Elite chipset and also the Exynos 2500, the recently launched one. It's a deca-core chipset, fantastic chipset, but as I said, the cooling is gonna be the main factor here to look at. But it's also gonna be selling in the European countries, the Exynos model. Now, as for the batteries though, there is a slight bit of upgrade. I mean, it's actually fantastic that it's thinner, but it does have a bigger battery. It does have a 4170 mAh of typical rating, so it's gonna be known as 4300 mAh or so in terms of marketing. And the older model did have 3880 mAh typical rating, but marketed as 4000 mAh. And that's going to be the story for the Z Flip 7 FE as well. So that's going to be a good upgrade from 4000 mAh battery to 4300 mAh battery. Now this time though, we are hearing that Samsung will enable Galaxy Dex feature on the Galaxy Z Flip 7. Not the FE model, but the 7 one. That's going to be very interesting if they do it. In terms of storage, the fan edition model will come with only 2 storages, 128GB UFS 3.1 storage and 256GB UFS 4.0 storage, while the bigger model, the Z Flip 7, will come with 2 storages, 256 as the base, but UFS 4, and then there is going to be the 512GB as well. We don't know whether there is going to be a 1TB model or not, but probably there won't be. Another difference between the fan edition and the standard model is actually the RAM. The standard model, the high-end model, the Flip 7, will actually have 12GB of RAM as standard, whereas the Flip 7 FE will actually come with 8GB as standard. There is not going to be any 12GB variant at all for that model. So that's another thing. So the last Galaxy Z Flip 6 was launched at $1,100 price tag, while the Z Flip 5 was actually $999. So there was an $100 price increase. This year though, we're expecting the same thing to happen with the 512GB model. The 512GB model is rumored to be $100 more costlier than the last model's 512GB model. About the 256GB model, we are expecting it to rise only $50, or maybe it's own gonna be rising at all from the $1,100 price tag. So the pricing of the Galaxy Z Flip 7 FE will start from $749. And considering the fact that the current model, the Z Flip 6, which is the identical twin of that phone, is selling at $699, so it's kind of believable that it will go on sale and then it will be cheaper over time. but 749 seems the right price. In European market, it's probably going to be priced at 645 euros. So that's another thing. Let me know about your thoughts in the comment section below. Will you buy the Galaxy Z Flip 6 again in the form of the Z Flip 7 FE, or you're probably gonna upgrade to the Z Flip 7 instead, because that's really a big upgrade with a big screen.
And yes, if you want, you can get some crazy cool wallpapers up on my website. A link down below. Until the next one, bye and take care.